Support for Radio Friends comes from Columbia Healthy Smiles, the dental office of husband and wife team Dr. Batson and Dr. Abe, offering comprehensive and customized care to patients of all ages. Learn more by calling 573-721-9039 or online at www.columbiahealthysmiles.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, March the 23rd. You like poetry? Well, we have our first poet laureate from the state of Missouri with us today, Walter Bargen. But how long ago was that you were poet laureate?
I was appointed in December of 2008, and it ran through January 2010.
Okay, so several years back.
Several years back, more than a decade.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here today. Walter has written literally hundreds of poems through your lifetime. How many books?
25.
25 books. I'm still deciding on the first book. So you got me beat. But you have a couple of poems from your books today. Which one of these?
This is in a book called Too Quick for the Living. It was published in 2017 by Moon City Press, which is part of Missouri State University in Springfield.
Okay. So the first reading is?
It's a poem called Bussing.
Bussing?
Bussing, yes.
Okay.
And it's about coming to terms with growing old and how the things that you do change a little bit, and the way you look at the world changes. And one of the things that was happening a few years ago was this. This is what the old do after giving up the future. Recalibration. 50, the new 40. 60, the new 50. They fall back as they stumble forward, denial the viable strategy. Holstered to their chests, the concealed weapon of their heart fires blanks at every party, every birthday that creeps closer through the underbrush of days. No candles, no cards, not even a half day off from work, certainly not a vacation to hide within or without. This is what the old do, grow more and more stateless as borders blur. It's not just retinal detachment, visions clouded by storms of floaters, the cascade of cataracts turning traffic lights into shimmering pools, macular degeneration abandoning the tunneled light for a dark room in eternity. The old buy buses to convert into destinations, but are quickly lost in installing the lightweight cabinets with fixed shelves to slow the breakage. Lost in the bolting of mattress frame to floor and wall to lessen the careening, and too soon confused come to believe there is time to sleep off another chance, to awaken from all the comas of love's past collisions. The old bleach the water reservoir, secure the propane tank, reread the instructions for the composting toilet, grow tired of the inventions, the ingenuity, the space savers, the estate planning, the automatic bill payments, and resort to re-alphabetizing the map drawer, choosing another direction, this one too much, like the last one, segregating distance from the distant.
What inspired you to write that?
Well, kind of an accident in a way. I ran into a friend in downtown Columbia on the sidewalk, and we have a mutual friend, Sam Stowers. And by the way, this poem is dedicated to Sam Stowers. And this person told me that Sam had bought a school bus, what my daughter used to call a cheese wagon, looking like a Velveeta cheese block.
Yeah.
And that he was going to convert it into a recreational vehicle. And he was going to quit his job and he was going to travel around the country. That sounded not like something that the Sam I know would do. Well, maybe a year later, I ran into Sam and I said, well, how's the conversion going? And he kind of gave me this blank look, and I told him the story, and he said, I never bought a bus. And so this whole story is made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, but hopefully the insight, the philosophical perspective of the poem makes it worthy to listen to.
Yeah, I was relating to a few of the phrases that you had in there. Not all of them, but a few of them. We have about 3 minutes left. You have another short one?
I do have a short one for you.
Okay. This is what?
This is called Seeds of Revolution.
All right.
And this is about constructing a potato gun. And I don't know, do you know what a potato gun is?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, let me read this, and if it's not clear, we can talk about it. Okay. Seeds of Revolution. All that's needed are 3 or 4 feet of plastic pipe, one end capped closed, the other end left a speechless open O. A small hole drilled in front of the cap, an aerosol can of starter ether left over from winter engine troubles, a butane lighter set for high flame, and perhaps a palisade of cottonwoods along a steep bank, and a few beers, or more than a few beers. And then it's time to defend the river from behemoth barges that traffic slowly past. From the grocery bag, a right diameter potato forced tight into the open end of the pipe, the hole primed with ether and ignited. The potato goes ballistic for 300 or 400 feet, ringing the steel hull, then falling into the murky current. Victory for the bottom feeders.
And that's called a
potato gun.
Potato gun. Okay. And that one was written... why?
A stupid thing I was doing down in Lupus, Missouri on the riverbank.
Okay.
So I forget, it was somebody else's idea, but I think actually it's something that is done not infrequently.
You got it. You know, I find it amazing that you can take life experiences that you have had and turn it into poetry. That's a talent that you have. That's the ability that you have. It's a gift. It's a gift that not everyone is blessed with. But I appreciate the time that you spend with us sharing your poems and your poetry and your vision of life. You have a unique outlook there.
You know, I just write it. Sometimes it seems fairly unplanned. I just sit down and confront the blank page, which is, it's most often I start on a blank page.
Yeah.
And then I type that into a computer, and that's where I do.
And the words start coming out.
And then I do revisions,
Right.
and make additions or subtractions, because it's so easy to do that.
People want your books. How do they get them?
Well, there usually are a few titles at Barnes & Noble, and there are a few more titles at Skylark Bookshop.
Okay.
And Yellow Dog.
At Yellow Dog. You got it. Thank you so much, Walter Bargen, for coming by, and please come visit us again.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Our email address, pepperpmissouri.edu. Bye-bye.